Hello and welcome to Held and Heard. This is a podcast for pregnant and postpartum mamas who want to feel more connected to their babies and more confident in themselves. Here, we talk about elimination communication and infant potty learning as a way of listening, not as something to add to your plate, but as a way to better understand what your baby has been communicating from the very beginning. This is a place where you learn to trust your baby and yourself. I'm your host, Heather Medlin, mother of 3, infant potty learning educator, and founder of Ready from Birth, where I guide postpartum mamas through every stage of early potty learning, from birth to toilet independence. Each week, I'll help you slow down, tune in, and discover just how aware and capable your baby already is, so you can meet them with confidence instead of doubt. Your baby is communicating, and you are capable of listening. Let's get started. I'm just a mom, y'all. I was thinking about this the other day and it was like, what kind of certifications could I get to boost my credibility as an EC infant potty educator? The truth is, there's really nothing out there because even child development specialists and child psychologists and pediatricians, there is no part of their education that covers this. Even those types of professionals do not cover this. My credential is I'm just a mom who has successfully potty trained 2 of my 3 babies while working a full-time job as a professional architect. And with my 3rd one, I did this in the first 10 weeks while I was postpartum separated from my now husband, doing this alone. Not only did I have 3 babies to manage and a home to manage all by myself while we were living separately at the time. That's a whole story for another day. Long story short, we have fully reconciled. We forgave each other for everything that had happened. And we got married in November of this past year by God's grace alone. I never would have dreamed it was possible, but God works amazing miracles. And here we are. But I was able to potty train my 3rd baby from birth and had him essentially fully potty trained by 10 weeks old. And by that is the subject of this week's episode. I want to talk about what does it mean to be potty trained? Why do I use that terminology? What is the difference between potty training and elimination communication? And I just want to clarify some definitions for you and give you some examples. First and foremost, I want to explain that potty training in the Western cultural definition means, and if you Google this, this is what it will say. These are the clues that your child is ready. If you Google, when is my child ready for potty training? It will give you this criteria. Your child is aware that they need to go. They can communicate to you that they need to go. They can walk to the bathroom and pull their pants down by themselves. They can stay dry for at least 2 hours. And they can tell you in verbal words that they need to go potty. This is really interesting because a lot of people assume that a child would not meet these criteria until they are 18 to 24 months or older. And in Western culture, it is very common to wait to start potty training until 2 to 3 years old because the child is not quote unquote ready until this point. So what's really, really interesting about this is that if you look at a baby, they actually meet many of these criteria already. They cannot walk, they cannot speak, but they do have the awareness from birth that they need to go pee or poop, just like they have an awareness that they're hungry. You will notice if you have a newborn baby that they will start to show in their body very clear signs of hunger. They will start to clench their fists, to get fussy. Their face will start to turn red. They will eventually start to cry if you don't feed them. They will start trying to put their hands in their mouths. They will start to nuzzle you or root around or latch onto your neck. They will start to show you clear signs that they are hungry. They are aware and uncomfortable that they are hungry. And this awareness is the exact same with their potty needs. With a newborn, you have awareness from the get go. You also have the ability to communicate, just like the example I just gave with hunger cues. Your baby can communicate that they're hungry, and you can notice and respond by feeding them. They are also communicating that they need to go pee or poop. They do this by becoming fussy shortly after a feed, by waking up from a nap in the carrier and starting to grimace and fuss and make this like pain face. They will also start to kick their legs. You may notice it in their facial expression. Their sounds may go from kind of happy, comfortable cues to distress, irritation, and urgency. You will notice these things in their body and in their sounds that mean they need to go potty. And so they do have that awareness, they have that communication. They can also hold it. I have experienced this with both of my 2 babies, and many mamas that I have talked to have shown the same thing, that their baby, after they start to offer the potty consistently at each diaper change, and after each nap and that transition. So, for example, getting your baby out of the carrier or getting them up from a nap or getting them out of a car seat. Once they start to offer the potty regularly, their baby almost overnight, and certainly within the first few days, will recognize that that offer is coming and begin to anticipate it. They will begin to hold it and wait for that offer to pee or poop. I posted on Instagram a few months ago a video of me holding my 5-week-old baby. I went to the bathroom with him. He's crying in the video. And I get his diaper off. I put him in an EC classic hold over the toilet. I cued him to pee. He pees and instantly stops crying. And I posted this to demonstrate that this is a clear sign. He is demonstrating to me, communicating that he needs to go. He's waiting until I get him into position and cue him to go, and then there's instant release. And I have seen this hundreds and hundreds of times, thousands probably, with both my daughter, my second child, and my son. They will wait for the offer, even as a newborn. The fussiness is continuing and building, and the irritation is building, and it's just like, I need to go. And when I take their diaper off and get them into position, and this is, this might be a few minutes because we might be walking through the grocery store and they're letting me know that they need to go. And I'm like, okay, I see you. I hear you. We're going. And I will immediately take them to the bathroom and take their diaper off and hold them over the toilet and cue them. And that's when they release. So they can already hold it and wait for the offer. And there were many, many days, even in that 12-week postpartum period, that I was parenting alone. And my baby, my 3rd baby and my 2nd baby, would keep the same diaper dry all day, y'all, all day, through 4, 5, 6 offers, peeing and pooping every single time, and I'm just putting the same dry diaper back on. It's incredible what these babies are capable of when you start to show up to the party. They're already able to hold it and wait. Okay, so do they need to be able to speak in complete sentences to tell you, hey, mom, I need to go to the bathroom. I need to poop? Absolutely not. Their body language can communicate this. Just like if you have a dog or a puppy, you probably know this. Your dog, who does not speak English, will let you know that they need to go out. How do you know this? Because they start to get frantic. They start to run around. They might start to whine. You might have trained them with a bell at the door and they go and they ring the bell. And so, just like we can train a dog who does not speak English, I'm not comparing your dog to a baby because obviously that's wildly different. But the point is, you do not have to be able to speak in complete sentences to be able to communicate a need. When we learn to recognize the signals, the body language, the sound cues, the facial expression, the eyebrows, when we as parents, as mamas, learn to notice that, now we can respond. And now we have real 2-way communication with our babies. And if you need more clarity around how to do this and what to look for and how to get started, I have all that laid out in the Born Ready course that I've created. That is one step by step complete guide to the entire journey from the time that you start EC, even as early as birth and all the way up to 12 months. You're never too late to get started. You can always start later. I break down exactly how to get started at every age with your baby and how to walk this through consistently until your baby is ready to take on the responsibility of pottying themselves, to start taking themselves to the potty and eventually be out of diapers and fully potty trained. This is the only potty training course you will ever need, and it starts now. It starts at birth. So that's the Born Ready course. You can check that out in the show notes if you want to learn more about that. But your baby is communicating. Whether you are paying attention or not, your baby is already communicating. And then the other piece of this is that they don't have to be able to walk to the potty and pull their pants down. To claim this quote unquote fact that a child must be able to do it themselves to deserve the dignity of being able to pee or poop in a potty or a toilet instead of having to use a diaper would be like expecting a newborn to make themselves a sandwich to deserve to be fed. You do not have to be able to go and do it yourself and get out the bread and pull the peanut butter down from the high shelf and get a knife out of the drawer and scoop the peanut butter and wipe it on the bread and get the jelly out and clean up after yourselves to deserve to eat. So why would we create that same standard for our child's dignity when it comes to using the bathroom? If you fast forward to late in your life when you are in a nursing home and you are sitting in your chair and you can't get up by yourself, do you want a nurse to come and help you get to the bathroom? Do you want somebody to come and help you get out of your chair and get to the bathroom when you need to poop? Or are you okay with them being like, well, she's too old. She can't get up anymore. We're just going to throw a diaper on her and we'll just change it later when it's convenient for us. How would that feel if you had that awareness, but not the capability, the realization of what's happening, but not the physical ability to get up and take care of it yourself? This is why we help our babies, y'all. This is why it matters that we show up and respond and help them. Are there a bajillion other benefits to you and your baby when you start to practice elimination communication? Absolutely. But first and foremost, if we consider nothing else, your baby's dignity and your child's dignity matters. It's worth it. I just want to remind you that your baby does not have to be a full on walking, talking toddler with excellent fine motor skills and the ability to self dress to do this. And a baby can be potty trained much, much earlier than we as a culture realize. And I would just like to offer you 3 criteria for what I'm calling potty trains, and that is self awareness, the ability to know what's going on in their body, communication, the ability to communicate or ask for help, and control, the ability to wait and hold it. I have seen all 3 of those things, awareness, communication, and control, with both of my babies from a very early age, from the newborn stage. And countless other mamas who have written to me about their experiences, gotten started with this, have reported the exact same thing. I just want to remind you how incredibly capable and aware your baby already is when you start to listen and show up. And if you want to do this together with other mamas and pull from their experience and have the encouragement of their experiences while trying to do something that is so very countercultural, I just want to invite you to the listening circle and remind you that we are still accepting founding members. This is the place to get support, ask your questions, share what's going on, share what's good, what's heavy, what's hard. Celebrate those tiny wins and do this together. You do not have to do this alone, and you absolutely deserve to be supported at every step of the journey. All right, mamas, thank you so much for listening. I will be back next Monday with another episode. I'll see you then. If you loved today's episode, would you take a moment to help me reach even more mamas with this message? Leave me a review or share this with a friend. You can help even more families discover what's possible. You can find education and support for every stage of your baby's potty learning journey at readyfrombirth.com. And be sure to follow me on Instagram at readyfrombirth.ec. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back every Monday with a brand new episode. See you next time. Bye for now.